Now, you got to go back to those early days there when Joseph had his dream. I want to ask you, how'd that work out? Joseph's dream is a dream about everybody's bowing to me. All my brethren and everybody, all the stalks of corn are bowing to me. And then all of the stars are bowing to me. I want to ask you, by the time that we get to verse number 8, who has bowed to Joseph? Can you name one? Zero! Some probably 13 years by this point. Nobody has bowed! Said Joseph, but that wasn't a dream, that's a nightmare. If I was you, I'd go out of the dreaming business. And I don't know about you, but if it hadn't been for his faith, and I'm talking about that faith that God works in us, that saving faith, if it hadn't been for that, and if I had been Joseph, and after my dream and how it turned out, and I'd have walked into a room to two boys was all upset, they said, we had dreams. I said, that's not my expertise. Last time I had something that didn't turn out so good. You all need to call on somebody else. But did you notice how strong he was with them? He doesn't flinch. After all that he's went through, that has denied everything that his dream said was going to happen to him. He says in verse number 8, do not interpretations belong to God. Tell them me, I pray. Somebody said, hey, Joe, don't get into that, man. Stay away from that. Don't fool Joseph. You know what happened. Oh, no. He said, that's just the way you see it. But you're looking through the eyes of sight. You've judged everything on what you've seen. But he said, I'm looking through the eyes of faith. I don't see it like you see it. Aren't you glad we don't have to look at it like the world does? Amen. It's through the eye of faith. Mighty the promises sees and looks to God alone, laughs at impossibilities and says, it shall be done. His faith causes him to be unshaken. His faith causes him to be unashamed. Unashamed. Not only in the course of the interpreting of these dreams should it seems that he would be shaken, but it seems that he would be sort of ashamed, too ashamed to get involved with these dreams. Embarrassed, so to speak. Embarrassed. You say you're an expert. You really know how to handle these dreams, do you? And Joseph doesn't even flinch again because he's not ashamed of what he knows to be true. He's not ashamed of that which the Lord has revealed unto him by faith. He believes. He believes. Look in chapter number 41 and verse number 15. Somebody else has that. His faith is caused him to be unshaken. His faith has caused him to be unashamed. But notice how his faith causes him to be unafraid. Chapter 41 and verse number 15. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I have dreamed a dream, and there is none that can interpret it. And I have heard say of thee that thou canst understand a dream to interpret it. And Joseph answered Pharaoh, saying, it's not in me. God shall give Pharaoh an answer of peace. And of course, he gives the dream to Joseph. Now again, on the human level, had I been Joseph, or if I had been one who would counsel Joseph, I'd say, now Joseph, you know that this is the king. He don't mess around. And when a king can't sleep, these that really caught my attention in Hebrews 11 and verse number 22 is that last part. By faith, Joseph, when he died. Well, I'm glad that's what works when death comes, aren't you? Amen. Made mention of the departing of the children of Israel and gave commandment concerning his bones. Now, the thing that stood out about that to me is that if a man has got faith enough to believe God for his bones, by faith, the Bible said, he said to them, in faith he is believing, and he said, God's going to come and lead you out here, and I believe it so much that I want you to get my bones and carry. He's got bone faith, is what I call it. And I'm going to tell you something. If you can believe God for the bones, then you can just about believe Him for anything else. You can believe Him for the flesh on the bones. You can believe Him for the eyes. You can believe Him for all the body. You can believe Him for everything. Why? Because you believe Him for the very least, for the depth of it, the bone. He's got bone faith. He believes God from the start to the finish. He's got this little secret that's working on the inside of him. You and I have got working on the inside of us that they don't know anything about this in Washington. That's why no legislation comes out of there that has anything to do with faith, because they don't know anything about it. They couldn't operate. Well, they can't operate what they got, let alone by faith. Right. But they don't realize, bless their hearts, we don't need them. I don't want to hurt your feelings up there, but we don't need you. Because we've already believed God for the whole shebang. Yeah. And we're going to believe God in spite of that. Yeah. I'll tell you what's alarming. Every time they bring up that little sticker there, that ticker, it shows you how much in debt we are. Huh? You think it's going to be paid off? No, it can't be paid off. Hey! But I'm not worried about that sticker tape. I got something on the inside of me said that He would supply all of my needs, according to His riches and glory by Christ Jesus, which is going to take me all the way down to the end and even beyond that end. Amen. Something working on the inside that's real. It's called faith. It's called faith. You know, I was thinking about that that song they used to sing years ago, Brother Ron. I don't know if y'all ever sang, probably have. If you can sing when it sings, there's nothing to sing about. If you can pray when others say, there's no use in praying. When troubles come and doubts arise, you have tears in your eyes. Still, you can trust in the Savior's love. Then, my friend, if at the end you can look up to heaven, then I'll know that you know my Savior. Somebody said, well, what's the key to Joseph's life? It's simple. He believed God. That's simple. You know, I'm afraid that a lot of our praying, our approaching to God is on the basis of what we want to stay out of. And that's human. Lord, don't let this happen to me, and Lord, don't let that happen to my children. Again, I say that's human. I pray the same prayers. But when in reality, it may be those very things that God's going to use to stir up within us that which He can use. face everything the world throws at it. Stand firm. And when it comes down to its last breath, you can say, boys, it's all over here. You get my bones, because there's something beyond this. We're going over there. Oh boy. Just to realize that you can believe God. He is the object. Christ is the object of your faith. When you look at the totality of Job's life, or the totality of Joseph's life, and you look at Christ himself, you can believe the Father. No matter what comes your way. That's our secret. Because you've got to have it. And if you don't have it, you can't. But you got that faith. Somebody said, well, explain faith to me. I can't. I haven't found a real good definition. But if you've got it, you don't need an explanation. If you ain't got it, there ain't nothing I can say to make you understand. But it's something that works, thank God. It's something that works. I was wondering, you know, my favorite hymn through the years, I don't know if it's in here, I'm going to take a stab at it, is Living by Faith. Anybody know that one? You know that song? I got two shaking their head. Is that in your songbook? What page? 34. I want us to close out with this song on this matter of this big thing that's called faith. And I hope that it'll bless you as it has me down through the years. And I'm sure the sister can play. And Brother Ron, you want to sing? Okay. And I always tease Brother Ron. I said, you do my preaching, I'm going to do your singing. So tonight I'm going to do his singing. But he won't make it nothing for us. Let's stand to our feet. Sing about that thing that's got you through. It's called faith. Page 34.
Lord,
said to him, him that overcometh, I will give to eat of the hidden manna. Well, you know if something's hidden, it means it's been there all the time, you just didn't see it. He said after you come through that battle and that trial, after you've overcome, he said, I'm going to let you see something you couldn't see. And I'll let you partake of some. I'm going to tell you, Joseph was able to partake of things that nobody around him knew anything about. He was eating bread they knew not of, because he was living by faith amidst trials and tribulations. Aren't you glad while this world is in a rat race and they're just chattering? We can see some things that's real. Love and beyond. Hidden. Father, thank you for this service tonight. Thank you for these that have come in every heart that has cried out to you. Thank you, Lord. That secret substance that is ours, all faith. How it works. Thank you, Lord, for the secret feeding